is a very humble woman, full of dreams, very naive. She lives, I'm from Mexico, so that's probably why I got casted. She's from the border, and she is a sex worker in the border. But more than that, she's full of dreams. She's very naive. She hopes one day she won't be doing that, and all about the dreams and the American dream until unfortunately she does not survive.
Mm.
Is that too much?
No, no, no. And Daniela, in terms of you mentioned the Mexico-USA border and filming in New Mexico, I suppose a place you know very, very well in terms of your own sort of heritage, I suspect. So was that a sort of a nice sort of shoot, a nice sort of location in terms of travel, in terms of, I know coming from Los Angeles, it's probably not it is a bit of a commute, but I imagine there is a lot worse.
Do you know what? I totally loved it. We filmed in New Mexico and very close to El Paso. So it's full of vortex. Do you know where there's a vortex, energy vortex? So I think it's a very special place. However, filming overnight, it gets super cold. The locations can be very raw. It is challenging. It's not the glamorous part of being an actor. People think that actors live this glamour all the time, the red carpets, beautiful film sets. But no, this is challenging. It was cold. It was at some points very uncomfortable. However, being in New Mexico and El Paso was absolutely beautiful to me, and I got to meet amazing people, locals, and it was very closer into my roots. It's
Okay.
closer to Mexico, so yeah.
And Daniela, in terms of working with Dolph Lundgren, we know he's a stern-faced guy, the roles he plays, but can you tell us about the instinctive mind in terms of Dolph behind the screen, giving advice to young actresses, giving tips? Was he very informative with the direction he wanted you to go? And in terms of, did he offer you some advice? Obviously, because he's very much a hand in this sort of movie. It was in the pipeline. He had this idea from 2006, so it's a long time in the making. So was Dolph sort of invested in all the other casts as well?
I think Dolph is a very experienced, wise filmmaker already, and he was very on point with his directions. He knows what being on set is like, so he knows how to shortcut a lot of things to make bold decisions and be straight to the point. So I was just soaking in knowledge, and his directions for sure were very, very intelligent. And I was full of admiration for what he's been doing with his career. And to me, it was absolutely a class.
Mm. And I suppose, Daniela, you are probably already knew when you got the part of the movie that Dolph was attached. When you arrived on the first day and said, I don't know if you had any scenes with him, but hearing Kelsey Grammer was involved as well, Mr. Fraser Kane as well, was that an added bonus? Were you on the phone to Mammy and Daddy say, Dr. Fraser is here beside me?
No, I did not have to play with Kelsey, but I would love to eventually one day. He's such an icon already. No.
No. Okay. And tell me about the action scenes and the stunt scenes in this movie. Did you partake in all your own sort of stunts in terms of the action? Was there an awful lot of running? Was there an awful lot of scratches and bruises in terms of the gunfight? In terms of that, were you battered and bruised?
We had stunts, but even so, it's such an action movie. We were in like police patrols, and there were bullets, there were blood, and you have to perform several actions. They have to be clean, precise, and doing so and so over and over again. Eventually, you get tired. You get a couple scratch. I did get some scratch. I think one of my actors colleagues get like glass on the eyes by mistake, the way she fell down, but we were happy to continue. Actors, we love what we do, and we sometimes don't think clear because we want to do it. We are so excited to do it that sometimes we take risk and without being conscious about it. So yes, it was a lot of bruises and but the team takes care of you in a way that that you feel protected regardless.
So I get the sense that you were very sort of passionate, involved, that you were running on adrenaline, even when the body was tired, that the adrenaline was in overdrive in terms of you were going to those sorts of reserves in terms of that. So I imagine when you got home on the night, I suppose, did you even make the bed, or was it onto the couch, Daniela? Did you even have the energy to fall on the bed in terms of that? Was it from what you're saying, I imagine that when you came home, the exhaustion would hit you very hard.
You know what? As I said, we're so excited, and being on set is such a privilege that sometimes as actors, if you're lucky, even, I don't know, the biggest stars sometimes get periods of, I don't have anything to film right now. So being on set, it's such a privilege. It's such a good work. And it's, if you love it, you don't, I mean, of course you're tired, but you go back to sleep and you're fulfilled. At least in my perspective, I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. I'm like still with a rush. And I don't know, I was just looking forward to the next day. And funny enough, maybe if I may share a little bit of my past, I get cast in these characters over and over again. I don't know, this is my faith, my luck. So this is not new for me. I was in shows and series in Mexico City, where I'm originally from, and that's my last job there. I was kidnapped. I was like punched like a punching bag. So this was like, oh, okay, this is like a continuation of something that I've done before.
Daniela, to revert that, you'll have to go in and probably put on a fake scar or something onto the on your face in terms of the audition, just to frighten off the producers and directors, to say, oh, she looks too mean to be involved in that. We'll give her something more boss orientated. But Daniela, just in terms of the audition process, was it a fairly quick and fast one? I was speaking to Christina. She said the turnaround was fairly quick. In terms of like from the time she tried the audition to she was cast. Was it similar for you?
No, it is. I originally cast it for the role that Christina did, and I thought I was going for that role. So I did buy clothing. I did went to the store and prepare for the audition, and then I had a wedding. So I'm like, I'm just gonna send this audition. I'm gonna have fun. I'm just going to just do the best that I can do and let it go. And then I had a call back, and I'm like, okay, I'm just, you know, it's good for you as an actor to send good auditions so people get to remember you. Maybe you don't get cast in that role, but maybe they call you in the future. You start building reputation. So I did another good audition, in my opinion, because I had fun.
Yeah.
And then I let it go. I was about to leave to Mexico for a wedding, as I said, and someone called me and said, you know, you booked Leticia. Not someone, my manager, my agent Kylie, which I adore, and she's from Scotland. She's from New Zealand. She lives in LA, and she's an amazing agent. I admire her so much. She calls me and like, you know, you booked it. I'm like, yay! And then when I saw what I booked, I was like, oh wait, I thought I booked Rosa, but however, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to go to my wedding. I'm going to go to New Mexico. I'm going to have fun. I'm sure I'm going to meet amazing people, and I'm going to go open. Like, I'm going to see what the universe has to bring right now. So that was kind of like my attitude that I had towards this project.
Was she a close friend, Daniela?
Pardon me?
The wedding that you started, was it a close friend?
It was